Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy. It's unfortunate we have to do this at night, but we gotta do this at night. That's okay.
Yes?
Come on, some lights.
You look tired.
Yeah, I just want a light that doesn't flicker overhead like that.
Make it quick. Need something?
I'm here for the fishing contest. Are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
Shall we make a wager then?
How much?
1,000 gold.
Little coin always greases the wheels.
Where shall we hold the contest?
Here's where you need to go.
Okay, so this is the necklace of infinite mage light. Let me find the necklace of light. Okay, so the necklace of light should just have the pool without the flickering. It's giving me, let's see. Yeah, that's really weird. Alright, I'm confused. That's supposed to be the... I'm gonna have to work it out. I'm gonna have to do that later. I either don't have the mod that I believe that I have, or they're in the wrong order.
I'll just be back here enjoying
Hello, pissed off otter. That is Mirwatch right there. Okay. Just wait a minute. He'll show up. He should.
Over here!
I have no move to this.
Turns out this guy's an asshole.
With all I am, yet my heart stops when something comes at us. Every fucking time.
Sorry, love. Reese's journal. The method is simple. Let them think they're about to make a bit of easy coin from an old man. Look at him, he can barely hold his fishing rod, they think. I see it in their eyes. And once we've brought them deep enough into the woods, we show them who's weak. We always do. I split our take with the others since the deed is done. Once the deed is done, fair's fair after all. Yeah, I love this, yeah, that's only fair. I wish I hadn't lost my ring. I felt true power coursing through me in those days. It came off when I had to defend myself against a hammer blow. It splashed into the stream near where we hold our contests. Maybe I could pluck it back out of the stream one day. Maybe. So one of my quests, actually, from the Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum, is calling for... I don't know why there is a... Yeah, that's an unfortunate artifact. So we're having a... we're having a moment. But the Legacy of the Dragonborn asked me to find the, I think it's the Ring of the Warlock or something. So I should complete 2 quests when this happens. I hate that. Look at that, please. Yeah, me too, pissed off otter. I gotta get out of here and stop having that light over my head. Yeah, you know, this area is modded by fishing, it's modded by Mirror Watch. I don't know what is causing that. It's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not really seeing rings on the water either. Hey, Ash. Hi, sweetheart. Wanna help me fish? Come on, baby. Come on. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm not getting my thing, huh? It's okay, kitty. Come on up. Fishing doesn't take two hands. Doesn't even really take one hand. More than a second. Just ignore the big gaping texture loss. Ugh. Hungry, tired, annoyed. We're gonna take a break at Mirror Watch, huh? To get this stupid ring. Elven helmet. Come on, guys. Oh gosh. Oh, sweetie. Hi. Nice to see you. Yeah. Yeah, you got your collar off again, huh? Wow, okay. Let me see if it's just the infantry wall just isn't even affected. No, read. It doesn't think I read his journal. I read his journal. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm gonna come across here. Put down one of the journals in Mirror Watch. Try to read the other one. Something like that. Oh wow. And chorus.
You can fight that way. Damn balls.
Hey, Ash. Sweet guy. I just needed some ducks, little buddy. Oh, sweet boy. Hi. Yeah, you could tell the difference when you don't have the lighting mods here. Okay. Hey, sweetheart. Oh, good kitty. Ow, no. No, don't push like that. That's owie. Scourge of the Grey Quarter, a Figleth Horsebreaker. The tragedies befalling Morrowind do bring forth pity from even the stoutest Nordic heart. The Dark Elves deserve our condolences, but thus far they do not show themselves deserving of the simple acts of charity. There are very different approaches in how to deal with the imminent problem of Morrowind, and I offer two opinions as seen in practice in Skyrim. One should serve as an exemplar, the other's a cautionary tale. Consider Riften, which shares a border with the ruined province. A number of the Dark Elves have made their homes there, but they are expected to earn their livelihoods, as is any other citizen of the great city. They ply trades as merchants, working in the temple and serve in the keep. Honest labor, to be admired from a race that was so recently in such dire straits as to even warrant this discussion. Today, the city still has its share of problems, but they are not traceable to any influx of outsiders in their presence. In short, the Dark Elves have properly assimilated themselves into the Skyrim way of life, to be expected from any newcomer to these lands. For an alternative approach, we have only to look at the once proud city of Windhelm to see what can happen when our arms are cast too wide in welcome. To think that the city of Ysgramor, whose very name was made in driving out the elves from our sacred home, would open itself as a welcome destination for any refugee from the smoking sulphur, is a disgrace to the very idea of being a Nord. And what has become of this? Predictably, the lazily discontented rabble has descended into squalor in an area now delicately referred to as the Grey Quarter of the city. They were not expected to contribute, and so have not. That they attempted to make over a proud Nord city into a little pocket of Morrowind is insulting enough, but the amount of unrest they have provoked even within the proper city walls should give any other Jarl reason to fear. The Nords I talk to in the city speak of constant strife and crime coming from the Grey Quarter, with no respite in sight. The city guard barely patrolled there, leaving the Dark Elves to mete out whatever passes for justice in their native customs. The respectable families of the city, the cruel seas and Shattershield, speak with an almost parental affection of the Argonians in their employ, but the Dark Elves have made no effort to ingratiate or assimilate themselves to the proper city dwellers. There is cause for optimism, though, as Jarl Ulfric is not nearly so tolerant of these substandard beings as his fathers were. Indeed, the soft hand of Hogue can be seen in the city's Argonian population as well. The fishmen, at least, have learned how to best contribute to their new home. They have proven themselves as models, toiling at the docks with utmost efficiency and bright smiles. It would do the Dark Elves well to pay heed to their scaly cousins. I would expect in due course that they will find themselves either contributing more directly, or once again wandering the land in search of roof and warmth. Second Seed Correspondence. Table should reach the college by mid-year at the latest, and there has already been compensated for his help with logistics. The design is fairly prototypical, but analogous to traditional soul-powered enchanting tables. The main difference is that soul reversal does not apply when souls are not used, and so impressing an enchantment does not require the establishment of reciprocal resonances between gem and target, but harmonic ones instead. As you noted in your report, twinning systems are notoriously temperamental. The only reason that this was achieved in the Arcanian University was because, according to Ralston's constant of universal inversion, as the proximity of the twins approaches zero in the mundus ethereus axis, i.e., when twins are directly above one another, the magicka required to move between them approaches zero. This would allow the twins to be powered by background ethereal fluctuations, which would have been abundant in such an environment as the university. The exact power of the stones continues to evade my laboratory. Perhaps a similar phenomena has been described somewhere in the Arcanian? N. I don't know what that means. Song of Fromir. Fromir, son of Hrogar, summoned to the court of Jindak, son of Jimnir, king of Eversnow. Mighty caster of magic, I charge thee to go to Elfindor for its hoary warriors to threaten my land and bring forth the cousin demons to terrify my people. Fromir, son of Hrogar, heard the words of Jindak Eversnow. By ice staff, surely I would help thee, but I have already quested to drink 12 flagons of mead in 1 hour, and then to bed 4 wenches, twice each, so I must with grace decline. The king, he did not smile, at Fromir and his jolly spirit. By thine honour must thou aidest my cause, for must thou takest up the sword of thy companion Darthang, who took the quest and failed. Fromir laughed. Now, I know thou jest. My boon-mate Darthang wouldst not fail. There be no finer bladesman. If thou chargest him, he wouldst not fail. I did not say. Oh, he fell. He joined the Dark Kings of Elfindor, and by doing so dishonored himself and thee, his friend. Mormar could not believe the words, and yet he knew Eversnow didst not lie. So for 20 days and 3 rodeth he to the land of night, the kingdom of fear, where the peasants ever carried candles, knowing what evil awaiteth them, should they stray beyond the glow. The sovereignty of 3 dark rings, dark kings, Elfindor there, torch in hand. Didst Formir pass through haunted countryside and frightened villages, and through the black gates of the blacker castle of Elfindor, and 3 dark knights did sneer at the sight of mighty Formir, and summoned they their champion Darfang the Blade. My boon companion, Formir called in the hall of the night. I dare not trust my eyes, for then I wouldst believe that thou hast joined the evil and turned thy way from honor and brotherhood. Formir, Darfang the Blade didst cry, if thou dost not go now, one of us must die, for I hate thee. But Formir was battle-ready, and in the echoing halls of night the blade of Darfang and the staff of Formir didst strike again and yet again. Mighty warriors and mages both, the boon companions, now foes, shook Mundus with their war. They might have fought for a year, if there was sun in Elfindor to mark time, and either Formir or Darfang may verify have won. But Formir saweth through the dark, the tears in the eyes of his former friend, and then he saweth the shadow of Darfang, were it not his own. And so with thy staff he did strike, not Darfang, but his shadow, which cried, Hold, mortal man! The shadow became the hag, bent and twisted in her cloak and hood. From her faceless shadow she hissed, Mortal man called Formir, the soul of thy boon companion is my plaything, but I will take thine in trade, for though you have both strong arms, thou hast the more clever mind, which my sons the Dark Kings need for a champion of Elfindor. Formir the brave didst not take a breath or pause before he boldly said, Shadowy hag, release Darfang, and thou mayest use me as thou wilt. The hag didst laugh, and freed Darfang to save thine honor. This thou hast done, but now thou must be without honor, mortal man, as the champion of the Dark Kings, my heirs of grey may be. Thou must help them divide Elfindor, and love me, the shadowy hag, and thy mistress well. For his loss of honor and his dear friend's sacrifice, noble Darfang prepared to take his dagger and plunge it into his good heart. But Formir stayed his brother's hand and whispered, No, boon companion, wait for me at the village banquet hall. And then did Darfang the Blade leave the castle, while Formir took the withered claw of the hag and pressed it to his lips. Shadowy hag, to thee I pledge, to only honor thy black words, to turn my back on truth, to aid the Dark King's ambition, to divide their inheritance fairly, to love thee, to think thee beautiful. Then to the chamber of the heart of night Formir and the hag did retire. Kissed he there her wrinkled lips and her wrinkled, sagging breasts. For 10 days and nights and 3 did Formir and his eye staff battle thus. Then sweet Kinnereth blew honeyed winds o'er the hills and forest glens of Elfindor, and the caress of warm-blooded Dibella coaxed the blossoms to wanton display, so that Elfindor became a garden of all the senses. The frightened servants of the Dark Kings woke to find there was naught to fear, and through the once dark streets of the village came the cries of celebration. In the banquet hall of the village, Formir and his boon companion Darfang embraced and drank of rich mead. The shadowy hag, too, was smiling, sleeping still in her soft bed, until the morning sun touched her naked face, and she awoke and saw all, and knew all saw her, and she cried out, Mortal man! Night fell fast upon the land as the hag flew into the banquet hall, casting blackest darkness in her wake. But all the celebrants still could see her anger in her monstrous face, and they shook with fear. The hag had said the kingdom was to be divided among her heirs, but Elfindor had been kept whole. While her children divided, drawn, and quartered, Formir was mightily amused. He swallowed his laughter and his mead, for none should laugh outright at the Daedra Lord Nocturne. Without her grey cowl of shadowed night, her hideous face forced the moon to hide themselves. Moons. Formir the mighty did not quail. Where'st be thine hood, shadowy hag? Mortal man hast taken it from me unaware. When I awoke, my face unmasked, my kingdom cast into the light, my dark king heirs in pieces cast, and here my champion smiles. Yet in truth thou kept thy promise truly to never keep thy promise true. Cormyr, son of Horgar, bowed to the hag, his queen, and evermore, till thou releaseth me, will I serve thee so. Clever-minded a champion is a much overvalued trait. The hag released Cormyr's soul, and he released her heart, and so in the light of darkest dark she left Elfindor evermore, and after drinking 12 flagons of mead and bedding 4 wenches twice each, did Darfang return to Eversnow with Cormyr, son of Horgar. Ugh, you know, we have to read about just sexual
Fuck me, but the way she's stretched should
degradation
be
and
considered
funny
a
all the
crime
time.
every old.
I mean, there's a lot of it, guys.
Glad wouldn't be any
You know that,
wanting
right?
To see again.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can put one of his journals away and read the other one. Nope, won't let me remove it from the inventory. Alright. Try reading it again. Okay, yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Alrighty. So that was supposed to be easy, but it wasn't. Okay, I'm gonna try activating the quest. Beauty's journal. But yeah, I'm not getting anything. You can do that and then fish up a ring here. But I did try to fish.
Gorgeous deal.
Didn't get it in
But
this
you know what makes it
location.
better? Having you by my side.
Yeah, it's that spot. So, I'm just gonna hide that quest. It's not that big of a deal. We're coming to the end of the fishing line. We'll loop back around to these, see what we can do. Alright, search Riel for clues about the secret chamber. I'm pretty sure I have done this fairly recently, so I won't get too lost. It's got good quest markers, thankfully, for me. And I know I used to do this pretty early because I love the mount that you get from this. But nobody's better than Ambar. I really like the ambiance of this quest. It's really nicely filled in. It's got a nostalgic vibe from Oblivion. The Ayleid Ruin format and Oblivion Gates. Hey, Petey, baby, I'm not gonna pet you right now. No, I'm not gonna pet you right now. Okay. Oh, you're sad. Okay. And then I really like it when you're on your way out. There's just fights taking place around you, all over the place. So I remember the first time I did this being really impressed. Some of the Creation Club stuff can be really buggy. I think this is one of the better done
because if I have to start
sections.
right now, it's going to get real full.
Janice's journal. Last seed 4E201. I was called upon to assist with the Riel expedition and have been studying urgently and without rest. I was entrusted with a page from an ancient Iliad text, retrieved from a researcher in Bruma. My Iliadun is not very good, said the language, but I was able to understand something about elemental shards and sleeping guardians within the ruins. None of this would be a problem if Vonos had granted me more time, but he and our lord are impatient. But I will make do. My research is what matters. The Iliads believed the four elements to be air, water, earth, and light. From what I understand, shards representing these four elements may serve as keys to certain hidden chambers. It is fascinating to ponder how many great Welkin stones may be hidden among ruins thought to be barren. If there is a hidden chamber within Riel, this might be how they are opened. But how? Where? At the cost of their lives, many of the disciples have searched nearly every corner of the ruins, but have yet to discover anything. I will study the texts further. 17th last seed 4E201. Vonos has issued urgent orders to descend upon Riel with the last of our expedition team to try and find the Great Welkin Stone. I'm to go with them and lead the team. The Vigil of Stendar are assumed to be on our trail, so we must act quickly. I must not allow this latest wrinkle to deter my research. It is almost within my grasp. 17th last seed 4E201. Woe to those who entered before me and met their fate. I imagine not the horrors that awaited me. Our persistence in this expedition has awoken alien whites, guardians who have lied in wait for untold centuries, sealed in their sarcophagi, awakening to protect the ancient powers within. And yet, all is not lost. I found 4 Welkin stone holders in the Riel crypt, each colored gold and positioned to the north, south, east, and west. The directions correspond to each of the 4 elements. North, upward to the air, well, in the sky. South, for the earth, Sursen, under our feet. East, for the light, Alata, of the rising sun. West, for when the water, Nen, devours it. A diagram in the Iliad text matches this pattern. If these shards are retrieved and placed in the correct holders, I believe the secret chamber containing the great Welkin Stone will make itself known. My team has been slain and I have been injured. Pity, as I have heard rumors of an area underneath the college where this stone could have been put to better use. I just need to hold out a little longer. Now you just follow the markers, get the stones, so this is not too hard for me to do. I have the elemental shard for well. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I might do a good guy and marry, not have Kaidan, have an all-vanilla team, and marry Ori. Yeah, they don't even act, that has been an issue. I'm like, what do? When you come out of stealth, they're not like the vanilla stuff that sees you even if you're stealth.
I will protect you, Dragonborn.
Looking at me like, you know, why? Because you're a white, that's why.
Die! Oi! Creep! You lost for it.
I wonder if this place has the crunchy Iliad traps that hit you really hard.
Gotta look out for danger, not
Step on them and they smush you against the spiky ceiling.
Sure it's a damn fine horse though. Let's fucking do it.
Elemental shard nin.
Why are we sneaking? I'm sure they were correct. Motherfucker!
Okay, I have all 4 elemental shards. Now I have to place them. Yeah, I really like the vibe of this place.
I swear lately it's like
It did a really good job.
it's like something triggers all the
That is that a spike floor? Yeah, it sure is. I shouldn't like that. Okay, let me look up the locations. Okay, Iliad elemental shards have to go in a certain order, and I don't remember them. I could just read the book, but I don't remember the name of the journal now. Okay. I am south, so Sersen. This is west, which should be Nin. North should be well, and the last. So yeah, his journal said something about the welcome stone could be used at the, I assume that's the Atronach Forge in the Midden. I don't like stepping through plates like that, but I guess it's the only way. They seem like trap plates, but here they just open doors. I love the alien rooms. I love it. Very cool. Take the Great Welcome Stone. So I'm assuming it's useful in someone's Norian the Undying. Usable in the Atronach Forge. Could be wrong. I haven't really messed with it much. I got very sick of Oh,
Fucking
okay. You're sick, sweetheart?
Do you want some more? Fuck off.
Yeah, I paralyzed him. I have to go up there to finish him off, or he's just going to be lying down for the next minute. Oh. Oh, Kaidan, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. How did you get up here faster than I did?
You have a death wish? You open this! Those LB's the pain.
Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to hurt you. See the old candle models. Quaint.
What's the point in having a bucket if you're not gonna shit in it?
How did I get a bucket? Okay, I'm not sure if I... Oh, I probably just locked him in, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Let's see if I can... Is there another exit up here? No, I think I am supposed to go back. Okay. Come on, Kaidan. Let's go. Ah! Alright. I don't think it's even possible to move it. He'll teleport. It's just silly.
I'm sure this all looks worse than it actually is. Maybe. We should ready our weapons though. Just in case.
Oh, hey! Ah, wee! Wee-haw! I went the wrong way. Whee!
What was that? Your lips look cold, should I?
So yeah, you start to get the ambiance. You see all the vigils and the Mythic Dawn fighting each other.
Nothing. Rid of this shit. That's all Are you alright, jumped out of my chest in the fight. I don't know what I'd fucking do if I had lost you. Somewhere there. Now you're mine.
Vigilant Enforcer's Charm. Vigil's orders. Vigil is the last line of defense between the light and the darkness. If the defilers manage to open the gate, then we are bound by Stendar to not let a single abomination pass through it. Find the gate and secure it. Whatever it takes, we must hold the line. Vigilant Enforcer's Journal, 14 Sun Height 4E201. Our spies in the cities have reported hearing whispers of the mythic dawn among the populace. Though the last of those abominations were slain hundreds of years ago, we must take all reports seriously and stay alert. 25th Sun's Height 4E201. Word from our agents in Cyrodiil say that a band of mysterious travelers descended upon Bruma, where they asked a well-known researcher many questions about the aliens, the ruins of Riel specifically. They also asked about great welcome stones, which haven't been seen for hundreds of years. I'm sending a few scouts to the Pale Pass to keep an eye on things. If there is darkness at play, the light of the vigil will find it. 22nd Last Seed, 4E201. The same group of questionable travelers was seen traversing the Pale Pass into Bruma again, this time under the cover of night. They were followed, but were not lost in the shadows. Our agents set up a blockade to stop and question all who passed, but the group was not seen traveling from there again. If they did return to Skyrim, they would have had to do so through the Jarrow Mountains by moonlight. Stendar have mercy upon anyone lost among those jagged slopes in the darkness. Third Last Seed, 4E201. The researcher in Bruma has gone missing, and I must assume it was at the hand of those mysterious travelers. If the rumors of the Mythic Dawn are true, Stendar help us if they get their hands on a great welcome stone. What could they possibly need such a powerful artifact for? I've dispatched agents and spies to every corner of Skyrim to inquire among the townsfolk and track anyone who is remotely suspicious. 10th Last Seed, 4E201. We have begun following a man named Scorvild. We believe he may be a Daedra worshipper and possibly a member of the Mythic Dawn. His brother was recently reported missing, along with numerous others in the same time frame. We will follow his movements closely. 16th Last Seed, 4E201. After several weeks of observing various suspects, we decided to capture an individual believed to be a high-ranking member of the Mythic Dawn. She was clothed plainly and kept the guise of a merchant by day. We searched her quarters and found red robes bearing the sun symbol of Mehrunes Dagon. We also found a journal which claims that an Oblivion Gate had been reforged and attempts to open it were underway. I've decided to call for reinforcements. If what I read is true, the vigil of Stendar alone may not be enough to stop what is unfolding. This Mythic Dawn priest would not hold any information and died during interrogation. It was a slow death, but the vigil has no mercy for Daedra worshippers. Can the power of a great welcome stone be corrupted and used for their twisted purpose? This cannot happen. We must find this Oblivion Gate. Within the journal was a torn page containing the following. In the shade of Velothi, where rivers run black, shores stone at our feet, white shore at our back, windhelm on our shoulders, beyond the fair night, before the dawn rises, red scars breathe the light. This could be a clue. As to their location, I will send someone to investigate while I prepare a small regiment and determine our next move. 17th Last Seed, 4E201. 3 of my agents who were observing suspects went missing overnight. I believe they've been captured by the Mythic Dawn. Stendar have mercy upon them. I should have been more careful when capturing one of our priests. One of their priests, but we needed to act quickly. I have assembled a group to descend upon Riel. We must act now. We may be able to ambush the Daedra worshippers. Lastly, one of my scouts believes the riddle does indeed point to the location where the Mythic Dawn are hiding. We need to approach with caution, lest we be outnumbered. Blessings of Stendar upon us.
How did they find us?
So yeah, you can just keep going through. They will all fight each other. Okay. Alright, Black Star. Bring the star to Arania. I always give it to Azura. Even if I were evil. Nah, I don't know. Maybe if I were evil. But again, mods have reduced the need. And with a bound bow, I don't use gems at all. And I don't need any more money. How rich am I now? I think I'm carrying about 2 million. Yep, 1.8 million.
We are children of the twilight, beings who are to be guided from the darkness
So she
into
could
the
become a
light,
follower.
and from the light. Azura's star. I knew the Lady of Twilight had sent you for a reason. Hand it over to me. I will ask Azura to restore the star to its original purity.
Here, take it.
I will commune with Azura. Azura, Mother of Roses, Goddess of Dusk and
Real
Dawn,
sky.
your chosen champion has returned your star.
Pretty
She
sky with
wishes to
dragon.
speak to you herself. Please, place your hands on the altar, and you will hear her.
Greetings, mortal. You have followed my guidance through the veils of twilight and rescued my star from Malin Varen. But his soul still resides within, protected by his enchantments. Until he is purged, my artifact is useless to you.
Is there any way to cleanse the star?
Eventually, the star will fade back into my realm in oblivion, but I doubt you have the 100 or so years it would take to wait. No, only one option remains. I will send you inside the star. You will banish Malin's soul there. Tell me when you are ready, mortal.
And that's Linda Carter. Hi, Linda. I'm ready to enter the star.
Have faith, mortal. I will be watching over you.
My disciples have sent me a fresh soul. Good. I was getting hungry.
It could actually be
Why?
tough in here.
There's something different about you.
Can't escape your fate, Malin.
And who are you to challenge me? I have conquered mortality itself. I've spat in the eyes of the Daedric Lord.
Yeah, that's why.
This is my
a problem.
realm now. I've sacrificed too much to let you take it from me.
So, I save here because I can actually fall off the platforms, or some of these casters in here can kick my ass. Pretty easily,
What the fuck is that?
right? I think this is a remake of the zone. It's at least a recolor.
You fuck right off. Tonight, and if you don't like it, dead bodies always bring scavengers of the 2- and 4-legged kind.
Come on! There you are. I'm ending this right now! No,
Let's get that.
not like this.
The star is free to purify itself. Don't worry, mortal. I will return you before you are cleansed.
Yeah, I don't want to be cleansed. They just have a house that looks like this.
My star has been restored, and Malin's soul has been consigned to oblivion. You have done well, mortal. As was destined, you are free to use my star as you see fit.
Thank you, Lady Azura.
Farewell, mortal. Know that Azura will be guarding over the threads of your fate in the twilight.
Okie dokie. Yeah, this is a remake. Apparently, there's like a dungeon here I could go into. It just makes the area look cooler, and there's a different statue, but I don't think I've ever gone in. She has a home?
Fear always comes after the hardest climb. Now this breath
She has a house?
was well
You have a
worth the
house?
climb now, wasn't it?
She has a house. I want to see her house. It's kind of cool. Oh, wow. That's kind of neat. Ah, it's much better than her, like, sitting out in the cold constantly. Haha. Just cut her the amulet of RK.
Azura's
Wow,
star
there's-
is yours now.
Yeah, there's a lot of spots to do.
Beautiful artifact, that is. I suppose you'll be enchanting things more often then, eh? I'm not too keen on the soul trapping deal, though.
Huh. That's cool. So yeah, I think there's a new dungeon. I haven't done it. Maybe I should. It might show up in completionist. But again, without a quest, I don't really go anywhere. That's cool. Alright, retrieve the Dwemer exploding ice bolt schematic from Olathon. I'm not sure if these are like radiant and will go on forever. There has to be like a limit to the end of like crossbow shit you can do, right? I think I did it all once. I think there's an end to it.
Your lips look cold, should I? A bit.
What was that?
And no move.
That's it. That's all you've got. Won't let you much.
Done with that then. You take my breath away when you do that. I mean, nicely done. Shit. Fuck this guy. Sorry.
Okay. There's also a bunch of stuff in there.
These bandits deserve little more than a blade in their spine.
Yeah, we certainly did that, didn't we? thinks I'm fishing. Okay, let's see. Sweet job. Tune to Vex. Alright, okay. Yeah, so you can see the crown, but everything else that's supposed to be, like, displayed here, I auto-looted again. So, a reminder, in my future games, don't set, upon entering here, set it to do not. It's supposed to default say, to not loot in player homes, but, in this case, it did not set properly. Okay, so to check my guild jobs. Alright, I'm going to talk to her first and then check my guild jobs so that I can decide which city to do next.
If you're looking for extra work, talk to
Steal
Vex or
anything
Delta.
worth talking about?
Job's done, boss.
I've completed the
Get
sweet
package
job.
to her just
Fine.
like you said.
I guess you'll need your coin then.
Did she say anything we need to know?
Come on, take another job so we can both make some money.
But she talked her out of it. Said she saved us.
Okay. My guild jobs log. So, Morkarth should be next.
A lot of trouble.
Need a few spare septums? I got the cure right here.
Very good.
I hear you're offering extra work.
I handle the burglary, shell, sweep, and heist jobs. Most of them involve breaking and entering. If you don't like that kind of work, talk to Delvin. He runs the more up-close and personal jobs.
Any clients from the far reach?
Good. We could use the coin.
Tell me about the sweet jobs.
One of the quickest ways to make some coin in Skyrim is to clear out some of the wealthier homes of their valuables. If you're interested, I could point out a good place that could use a little house cleaning. What do you say?
I'll get right on it.
Fine, just keep it clean. Here you go.
Okay. Alright, I am gonna actually take a nap. I have to be careful when I enter this home. This is the... I don't remember the name of the home. It's Creation Club content. I think I've entered it. Yeah, Shadowfoot Sanctum. This is another place. I have to remember to not auto-loot very carefully, or I end up with, like, all the stuff that... the originals of all the stuff. Okay, I want to make sure I have blacklisted the entire place. Okay, I have. It's a good place to take a bath.
Come sit.
I don't imagine the water is very clean. Okay. Yeah, someplace, if I go around back in here, I auto-loot, like, everything that would, like, all of these masks, all of the places, so the originals of all of this stuff is in here somewhere. Paralysis poison recipe. Cure disease potion recipe. It's a good place to come to grab, like, some alchemy stuff, some books. It's a great place, but I gotta remember to not auto read. Song of Skyrim, revised. Compiled by Germain, historian of the Bard's College Solitude. I am not singing Ragnar the Red. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows the Dragonborn comes. Everybody knows the Age of Oppression. Okay, I'm not reading these. Oh, this is the lyrics to the song. Translation. Yeah, see? First line. Dragonborn, by his honor is sworn. This is an evil book. Oh, wait. Okay, there's a new song in the back that is not being sung in the taverns. I believe... Let's see. Tale of the Tongues is a newer song, one that has come into favor since the Dragonborn put down Alduin. It actually describes the events of the first battle against the dragons. Tale of the Tongues, Alduin's wings, they did darken the sky, his roar a fury's fire, and his scales sharpened sides. Men ran and they cowered, and they fought and they died, they burned and they bled as they issued their cries. We need saviors to free us from Alduin's rage, heroes on the field of this new war to wage. And if Alduin wins, man is gone from this world, lost in the shadow of the black wings unfurled. But then came the tongues on that terrible day, steadfast as winter they entered the fray, and all heard the music of Alduin's doom, the sweet song of Skyrim, sky-shattering boom. And so the tongues freed us from Alduin's rage, gave the gift of the voice, ushered in a new age. If Alduin is eternal, then eternity's done, for his story is over, and the dragons are gone. Well, not true, and a bad rhyme. Songs of the Return, Volume 2. The first tale of the Daramzu. Our great lord Isgramor, the harbinger of us all, did send forth his two beloved sons, with him the only other survivors of the brutalities of Sarthal, to seek out the bravest warriors of the land and mount the great return. Ingol and Ilgar, they were called, and they were known among Atmora as fine warriors with bright eyes and dawning futures. Ingol the elder was the brave strategist, bringing his learning to bear on the battlefield that his enemies would be defeated before they even know the battle had begun. Ilgar the younger was possessed of an unwavering spirit that drove his singular prowess to overwhelming feats of war. Together, the mind and the arm, they were capable of sowing a destruction most thorough and glorious to any foe who stood before them. Before they parted ways to gather their crews, the two clasped arms and necks in the old fashion and laughed at the heavens for their stories to come. Young Ilgar then took the massive shipyards of Jilkerfik at the southern point and commissioned two ships for himself and his brother. He would command the Darunzu and his brother the Harak, thus carrying the names of the two favored stars in their heavens. The shipmaker's spirits had been suitably filled by Isgramor's tales of the savage elves, and they set about to birth ships that would fit their noble homeland. Arrangements having been made, Ilgar set forth to the academies of honored soldiers, seeking out his most trusted friends and advisors to join him in the venture of the return. By now, the stories of the new land to the south were spreading before him, and the mere emergence of his presence was enough to cause the finest warriors to lay down their present undertakings and follow him. So was he able to call to his side the great shield sisters, Froa and Grosta, who thought and spoke as one. And they brought with them the wise war teacher Adrink, who first taught them to dance among the blades. She, in turn, mustered all the students at her command, whose names were not yet made, but some of whom one day would be known. Hermiskir, who threw his shield, Erlach, who breathed fire, Ramph the Greater, Merkilian Ramph, and the far-sighted Ugh, who would see the first sight of many dawns. In the day of final passage, when the many-oared fleet would last see the distant green summers of Atmora, the brothers were near in their father's wake as the freshly joined 500 would eagerly press onward toward Tamriel. Ilgar could see his well-minded brother smiling from afar across the waves, and they shouted war cries to each other, longing for the soon day when their assembled crews would draw the treacherous elf blood into the ground, where they would now claim for their own rights. Okay, let me do that again. When their assembled crews would draw the treacherous elf blood into the ground, okay, not onto, into the ground, which they would now claim for their own rights. But Kaidan's ministrations are not to be taken lightly, and though her blessing gave wind to drive those brave sailors to their destiny, so too did her mighty tears fall to drive them apart. When the storm of separation first arose, young Ilgar had no fear, for his crew was strong and able, and their ship drove true through the forest of swells as though pulled by the rope of fate. And the skies cleared, and Ilgar glimpsed ahead with new eyes the land of his past and future home. He knew his brother's vessel was not within his horizon. The Durumzu, arriving late, drew forth into the sands, and Ilgar rushed to his father to seek word of his brother. The great Isgamor, harbinger of us all, wept for his lost son, and sought comfort in the arms of his only remaining joy. The crew of the Harak, I don't know what that means. The crew of the Harak became the first deaths among the 500, and Ilgar so enraged with love for his brother that his crew would soon be counted as first among the many noble and honored names of the companions. I don't understand that. The crew of the Harak became the first deaths among the 500, and Ilgar so enraged with love for his brother that his crew would soon be counted as first. Those sentences don't make any sense to me. Love, rage, death, arms. What? Joy? Got some spell tones. Okay.
Oh, back's hurting a bit. Maybe you'll give me a massage later on.
I'd be happy to, love. Yeah, I think under the bed are like 2 copies of Lusty Argonian Maid. Yeah, 1 and 2. Hey, baby. I haven't
You're a
talked
bit
to you for a
pale.
while.
Need a drink?
Yeah,
Come on,
I should have
take
breakfast.
a few sips for me, my love.
Oh, sweetheart.
All right, sweetheart. Till later, then.
Just want you to know that I love you.
Let's have a drink.
Alright. Legends Lost. You know, honestly, I do not remember this quest. I mean, I know it's Creation Club. But I don't know where it leads. I may never have finished it. I'm sure I did once. But as you can see, some of these that loop around and around and around and that go to the top and come back to the bottom. You know, I don't always make that many loops before I'm like, okay, I'm done with this game. I need to fix my mods. Oh. Yeah, that's an unfortunate little waterfall to be stuck in. Alright, Legends Lost. Find the detoured caravans. Spriggan. Pretty sure there's a Spriggan in there. Yep. Been here a few times. I remember one of my, like my vampire running around trying to find people to eat, looking at this place, only finding a Spriggan and swearing a lot. Yeah, it's crazy that my arrow only does like 10, like why are you not doing damage? What is happening that I suck so badly? Oh well. Very resistant to arrow damage. Let's just leave it at that, shall we?
You look tired, little dragon. Let's take
It's
the
okay,
day off.
baby. I just had a nap.
Let me pamper you. And show you. Need something?
Yeah, for us to stop
I love you,
flipping
little
like that.
saber cat.
I love you too. I do. You just shouldn't stand on the thing I'm moving. There's an attunement crystal. Colleen's letter. Enedos, the reports are right. Wraithguard and Sunder are singing, sending a signal out to anyone that might be listening. I don't know how, but I think I know why. The tools were only meant to be used on Numidian. It makes sense that they would never be allowed to leave Morrowind. To ensure this, Kagrenax... Oh, this is Kagrenax tools. Okay. To ensure this, Kagrenax must have put in a failsafe system. If the tools were ever stolen, drones would be activated across Tamriel to recover them. The drones would then store the items in a vault until a tonal architect could fetch them. Unfortunately, as I suspected, that information was enough for some of the captains to betray us and change course. They no longer care about the artifacts of the job. They consider the cargo to be a death trap, and I am taking measures, and are taking measures to unload it. Your caravan might think they were carrying the tools, but Sadras and Thlalu swapped them before we ever got to Whiterun, and intentionally gave them up to the retrieval drones. Fortunately, I managed to track the drones back to a vault near Winterhold, what the locals call the Sightless Pit. I've also discovered the vault can be opened with an attunement crystal, which I've sent along with this letter. As I am no warrior, I dare not venture inside without you. Hopefully this message reaches your party in time, for I know we are of like mind. As a scholar, I want to see the artifacts delivered to my master, and you've always been someone who did not shirk his duty. I have faith that you and your crew can return north and repair this mistake. Okay, so these are tools of Kagrenax, which, if I recall, is Sunder, Wraithguard, and King. Investigate Erkentand. Okay, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I know we've already cleared Erkentand, but, let's go back. Oh, okay. Yeah, this...
What's the point in having a bucket if you're not going to shit in it?
I know there are a ton of bandits here. I don't know if they stay dead or if they respawn, but it's dark. I need to see. I need light. Oh, that's right. It's got the janky letters all over the place. Ah! I can't even ladder. And I'm not gonna blame Kaidan.
There.
You, not walk away alive. It's unsheathed.
Nothing.
Look. Let's get out.
Working Band Annex Descent.
Your lips look cool, should I?
Hey, watch it! Someone there?
Come on, you arsehole!
Why does it send me back out through the door that it sent me in? Investigate Urban Fed. A sealed blue door blocks the way. Continue following your other
You are
leads.
glowing.
Uh-oh. I crashed.
No more! Oh.
Okay, sealed blue door blocks the way. Continue following your other leads. Save before this door. It's a boss door. So yeah, many of the quests that I have remaining are Legacy of the Dragonborn quests. I still have like 3 or 4 of them that I haven't done. They add a lot of content. Okay, I'm gonna speak to Mila Valentia, and left the dude over here alive. I'm in combat, whether I want to be or not. Speak to Mila and give her her goldfish friend. Fish are friends, not food. Although they don't know that. No, they don't know that they're friends at all. No, that's, I mean, it's not true. That's non-consent friendship. Don't assume fish are your friends. It's just not true. It's creepy to break into their home, so I'm just gonna wait. And this could be a little buggy, because sometimes they don't come out right away in the morning. So I just have to keep waiting until there is a green arrow with her actually out and about in town. Or else it gets, yes, really creepy. and you're stalking a little girl into her home, and they don't like that. Hey, honey.
I work with my mother, sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most days, but hard work.
I got your letter, and I have a new companion for your golden friend right here.
This is great! Wow, thanks!
Hey, Mila Mila.
You're going to love it here. We have a lot of fun, and we look out for each other, just like any family.
They're so cute.
Thanks. Here, this is for you.
You're the
Pouring
awesomest.
rain, see it, and I'd feel like the
Did you know
sun
there's some
is
fruits
shining
that
on
actually
me
grow better in the
all
cold
over
weather?
again.
I do. Do
You'd
you
be
know
surprised how
why?
much work it is selling things at a stall.
Do you know
Not all
why? It's
standing
because
around
they grow better in the
discuss.
cold weather. They develop more sugars because sugar helps to keep them from not freezing in the cold weather. And so you can get like carrots that are colder and they're sweeter. So, yeah, I did know that. I get excited. Mila's notes on very secret treasure. Stop reading now or I'll tell Mom and the guards. It's illegal to read things that don't belong to you. If you're still reading, it must be because we're friends and I want you to have the treasure at my secret hiding spot. I have a place where I like to play behind Dragon's Reach. I pretend I have my very own vegetable stall, just like my mom. That's where I keep my best treasure. I keep it all locked up so Braith can't take it. My favorite flower is also in there and a really big bug I found last week. I didn't kill it. It was dead when I found it, honest. Oh my god, it's so cute. I mean, so
Need
cute.
something?
And I'm really bummed now that I think about it because I just added a mod into my mod list that has a vampire lair right where Mila's stuff is. And I'm sorry, baby, but as much as I have power to add vampires, I promise you will be protected. You will never die. I will never let cultists get you. Ancestor moth wings, flowers, hawk beak, 9 septums. It's so cute. Come on. Come on, that's adorable. All of her favorite stuff. Okay, sweep job is in Markarth. Interception. Join the Revenant Warriors to begin the assault or approach the caravan alone. Let's do this alone and not get idiots killed, shall we? And I just need to tell you, Saleya, you're just beautiful. You know that? I mean, I know Kaidan tells you, but I should tell you too. You're just a beautiful, beautiful person. And I'm proud of you. And I know you can't hear me, but it's true. Yeah, there's a mod that adds, like, secret vampire lair, so it adds, like, a door right there. It horrifies me. But maybe the joy and purity of Mila will conquer all. And my vampire's not going to be fishing, so they're not going to give a damn. And they don't look down much. I promise my vampire will not eat Mila. Maybe Braith.
Blade can barely cut butter.
Maybe Braith. It looks like I'm going to have to go to Solstheim soon. I'm going to be leaving Kaidan here. Hello, baby. What is this plant over here? Oh, it's a bunch of leaves. Okay. Hey, honey. Where are you? Where are you, Ironclaw? There you are, baby. Hi. Okay, Kaidan.
Yes, my love.
Why don't you stay here, baby? Let's rest here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a good dog? It's you. It's you. You're a
So cute.
dog.
Songs of Return, Volume 19. Second Tale of Ilgrimet. When that final battle at the Barren Pass was completed and the melting snow carried elf blood back to the sea, the crew of the Kalkaz, the Sidon Wraith, and the most exalted crew of our Lord's ship, the Ilgrimet, at last parted ways, never to join shields again. They drew apart in that form which is not a loss, but a gain in knowing one's heart can be carried in the chests of others. So great was the love that the first of the 500 had for each other, and most especially for the great Ysgramor, harbinger of us all. They pressed eastwards, seeking the sea, when they came upon the barrow of Ingol, the mighty Ysgramor's son who had fallen to the whims of kine rather than the treachery of the elves. Our Lord had not expected to lay eyes upon it again so soon, and his grief flowed anew at the sight of it, as a reopened wound will bleed as it did when first received. His eyes turned to the south, where a river met the sea, and decreed that there would he and the crew of the Ilgamet create a great city, a monument to the glories of mankind, that from his palace he might always look upon the hill of his dear son's resting place, and feel that his line would know peace in his new home that was never known in Atmora. The elven captives were set to work, bringing forth stone to build in their conqueror's fashion. As many elves died in the building of the city as had the crew of the Ilgrimet slain while on the way to its site, and Ysgramor drove the wretches evermore to build higher, to lay a claim to the river so that none might pass into the interior of this land without first showing due respect to its rightful claimant. Thus was the great bridge constructed, forever striding the river that no elf might sneak through to avenge his devious cousins. As the bridge was built long, so too was the palace built high, spires reaching the sky to show dominion even over the very winds that had brought forth such a grief. In the deep hollows beneath the city, a great tomb was prepared for the day when Lord Ysgramor, harbinger to us all, would be called home to glory in Sovngarde. But as we know, he chose instead to be buried on the shore, facing toward Atmora. That though his heart lived and died in this new land, it would forever yearn for the beauties of still green Atmora before the freezing took it. Thus was the founding of Windhelm, the city of kings, though her history is long and her glories did not end with her founder. Souls, black and white. The nature of the soul is not knowable. Every wizard that has attempted it vanishes without a trace. What can be known is that souls are a source of mystic energy that can be harvested. Every creature, living or dead, is powered by a soul. Without it, they are just lumps of flesh or piles of bones. This animating force can be contained within a soul gem, if the soul gem has the capacity. From the gem, the power can be used to power magical items. Centuries of experimentation have demonstrated that there are black souls and white souls. Only the rare black soul gem can hold the soul of a higher creature, such as a man or an elf, while the souls of lesser creatures can be captured by gems of many colors. They are all categorized as white soul gems, hence the division of souls into black and white. White souls are far safer than black souls, although not as powerful. Beginning students of mysticism should not dabble in black souls or black soul gems, even if one were to ignore the guild strictures against the necromantic arts used to power black soul gems. It is dangerous to the caster to handle them for long. If the gem is not precisely the size of the encased soul, small bits of the caster's soul may leak into the gem when it is touched. Oh, wow. Yikes. Okay, we're into the thes now. Made it to T. T's gonna take a while. The Madmen of the Reach by Arianus Aris. Imperial Skull. Since the legendary victory of Tiber Septim over the barbarian natives in the Battle of Old Fraldun, Imperial and Nord scholarship has cast the people of the Reach as little more than savages, prone to irrational fits of violence, worshipping old heretical gods and fetishizing beasts and nature spirits that any civilized person would best well avoid. In truth, these accounts are little more than a victor's essay, a perspective narrowed by the Empire's constant strife with the ancient proud people that lived in this land far before Tiber Septim walked the soil of Tamriel. In light of this, I hope to create a more complete, accurate, and fair assessment of a group that has long suffered under the role of enemy, troublemaker, and them. Let us begin with the Forsworn, the so-called Madmen of the Reach. The Imperial Legion classifies them as little more than brigands. noting their constant raids and ambushes within the hold, but none of their military reports asked the question of why. If they were merely a group of bandits, surely they would be focused on acquiring gold and minimizing deaths among their own. But the opposite is true in forsworn attacks. Large sums of coin are often left behind, and their fighters easily throw away their lives rather than risk capture by Imperial soldiers. It is this incongruity that led me to Mokoth, the capital city of the Reach, in search of answers. There I met one of the native peoples, an old woman who preferred to not be named in my writings. She told me of her family's long history, how she believes they originally came from High Rock, home of the Bretons, which would explain the similar faces and stature of the two people. How the Nords came and took their lands, their gods, and their culture from them. When asked about the Forsworn, the old woman would say that they are the real men and women of the Reach, those who refused to give in to the Nords, those that still practiced the ancient traditions that the rest of their people had abandoned in exchange for peace. In time, I was able to create trust with many more natives in my search that corroborated the old woman's story. By chance, one of them arranged a meeting between myself and what I thought was an elder member of his village. I was shocked to find that I was led to a camp filled with the animal skulls, severed heads, and still beating hearts that I had read about from the military reports back in the Imperial City. There I met Kotoran, a Forsworn, who seemed amused at the prospect of me writing down his story, which I wrote in full below. You want to know who the Forsworn are? We are the people who must pillage our own land, burn our own ground. We are the scourge of the Nords, the axe that falls in the dark, the scream before the gods claims your soul. We are the true sons and daughters of the Reach. The spirits and hags have lived here from the beginning, and they are on our side. Go back. Go back and tell your empire that we will have our own kingdom again, and on that day, we will be the ones burying your dead in a land that is no longer yours. Yeah, hags. I have a problem with your leadership essentially being hags and your big champions being Briarhearts. Come on now, let's not be all like this is all noble shit. Hags, people. You are all hag-ridden. Okay, babies. I love you all. I'll be back later. Yeah, I'm gonna approach the caravan alone. Heading south.
I'm warning you. Back off.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to come out of stealth, otherwise I'm just ending up. All right.
Never
You
should
guys
have
gonna
come
fight?
here.
Yeah, you don't have a sword anymore.
That's where you
You need light.
You got. I'll end your miserable life.
Oh, I found more.
That's what you want?
What? I don't know.
I'll see you.
Gonna do? Definitely.
Please, have mercy! I beg you!
Cut Rakid's bones.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, release the hostage, return to Fiji. Yeah, this is like a very long, involved questline. Don't necessarily remember it being a particularly rewarding questline, but we'll see. I don't really remember what you get. I think it's just a set of gear. I think this chest over here has more stuff like every week. I don't know.
Good day, friend. Well,
You made it. I'm impressed. It was a gamble, but turned out well.
Good luck out there. I hope we meet again someday.
Thank you. Here, this is for you. May the gods keep you.
400 seconds. So yeah, you get like some money and a scepter. That's okay. And I believe that's completed. Yeah, interception is done. So Fiji thanked me and paid me for my efforts, and with that, Fiji cast an invisibility spell and disappeared along with Rakid. I searched the supply chest that Fiji gave me a key to unlock and discovered a set of remnant weapons and armor. So, that's cool. Okay. I am not going to wear a set of Mythic Dawn robes. I'm just going to go into the gate and sneak by everybody. I don't want to wear that crap. And if they don't like me, I'm happy to kill them. Yeah, I'm supposed to break that. What am I supposed to do? It does look destructible, doesn't it? Where am I supposed to go? Oh. So this is a throwback to the Oblivion Gate. With a lot of the old Oblivion models, mobs, herbs. And thankfully, you don't have to close a gate. You just went around and kill some shit. And you're done. Why this is the biggest mine in existence, I don't really know. But there you go. Mines are ugly, folks. Okay. Okay, clairvoyance. Do your thing. Clairvoyance has no idea. Okay. Alright, it's the same location, but above? These ones would not have jumped. This one is lost. This one is faster. I suppose technically now this one is a furry. Though I have been wearing horns the entire time. Probably made me a furry long ago. Long ago. If it didn't make me a furry, it at the least made me horny. Oh boy, I'm just headed straight back the way I came in. I'm tired. Alright. Well, okay. Welcome to this tour of Runvald. We're going to pretend we're not going out exactly the way we came in. For all I know, maybe I'm not. I'm already lost. I've been lost the whole time. So in a court of law, I would not be able to tell you one way or the other. So if it makes you better, or feel better, I think that I have not completely wasted your time. Let's go with that. god, fuck you. Fuck you. What the fuck? Okay, see, that's proof that I went in exactly. Okay, I'm sorry. I could have just let you pretend. But I'm not gonna. Okay. Alright. I should have known better the entire time. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I ported somewhere and then I'm like, hey, I guess I'm here. And I just went straight in. And I'm sorry. That's the kind of shit about me that frustrates me about being me. The other major one is when I don't check the sizes of things on Amazon and I get things 10 times this size that I expect, or 10 times smaller than I expect. Also a bad thing about me. Can't measure. Alright, I'm saving. Okay. Wait. I was wondering why there weren't any, you know, mobs. Nobody trying to kill me. The place completely empty. That would explain it, right? Nothing to guard there. I'm going down that. Okay, I'll just jump across. This one does not learn lessons about not jumping. Sometimes she jumps when she should not. Sometimes she falls. Please forgive her. She is cute, and in the end, is that not all that matters? Forgive me, for I am cute. And charming. What's up? Oh, you got a backpack. That's adorable. Okay, Vanos, you big jerk, leaving me all over the world and causing me to get humiliatingly lost in a cavern that was completely predictable. Hey, buddy. Vanos' journey. Yeah, let me just say, you guys are jerks. Vanos' journey. Third mid-year, 4200. The voice of Maroon's Dagon permeates my dreams. At first it was a whisper, but has become a roar inside my skull. Seeds of strife and violence plague this land, soil enriched by the blood of battle. Tamriel will soon be ripe again for the taking, for my vengeance is at hand, the voice says to me. I must heed his voice. What must I do, my lord? 12th mid-year, 4200. I've spent countless hours, countless days in prayer to Dagon, and heard nothing. I finally took rest and had another dream. Dreams of fire, of smoke, heat upon heat. I was descending into a cavern further and further down. The heat began to cook and blister my skin, but I kept moving ever downward. Fire and smoke, heat and rock, and an assault. The very mouth of Dagon, an oblivion. The blinding flash, and then began to have visions of Akatosh, visions of dragons. What could the meaning of this? What could be the meaning of this? I awoke covered in sweat, and with a deep sense of purpose. If you'll draw on eastward, you must heed the call. 15th Sun's Hike 4200. Dagon's voice has led me to a cavern deep within the Valathi Mountains. His worshippers used to gather here, feel their presence, feel his power. An oblivion gate is buried here. I can feel it. It is my destiny to reach it. I will spend night and day with pickaxe in hand until it is freed from this prison of stone. 6th Hearthfire 4200. For nearly 2 months I have toiled, digging deeper and deeper, stopping only to rest. Stone by stone, inching ever closer to my destiny, ever closer to the fires of oblivion. Others have begun to heed Dagon's call and have found their way here, to me, to our Lord. We are the high priests of the new order, the chosen few who are attuned to his will. As we traverse deeper, the remnants of an ancient mythic dawn temple are revealed like diamond from rock. Priest Vitus was the first to discover the gates of stone. My ecstasy was short-lived, however, when I found, like every other gate, it had been destroyed. Still, I could feel its power like heat against my skin. Many other pieces like this are scattered throughout the lands of Skyrim, very deep, lost to time. We shall find them. We shall open the jaws of oblivion once again. 4th Morning Star, 4201. Visions of dragons cloud my dreams once more. Images of Martin Septim and Akatosh that make my blood burn with anger and vengeance, black wings unfurling against a red sky. I do not yet understand the meaning of these visions, but Dagon's hatred has become a burning coal in the pit of my stomach, driving me ever forward. 21st Second Seed 4E201. After the last several months, we've searched the deepest reaches of Skyrim, and have retrieved enough remnants of the very shattered oblivion gates to make one whole again. Its very presence inspires power, awe, and reverence. A pact must now be made. Dagon requires that each of us offer a personal sacrifice, a blood offering to prove our dedication. With each soul cast into the fires of oblivion, his power grows. The liminal barrier is weak here, and the turmoil and conflict boiling in the lands only weakens it further. I must now summon a Dremora Lord to acquire a sigil stone and find a way to open the gate. 10th Sun's Height 4E201. I have performed the rites as dictated in liminal bridges and successfully penetrated the barrier into the realm of oblivion, but my attempts to use the gate as a vessel of transliminal attunement have failed. The portal to oblivion is thin and temporary, as one might expect. I have smelled the sweet sulfur of the Deadlands, but only for fleeting moments of time. I've studied all there is to know of the Mysterium Xarxes. I've been to Dawnstar on countless occasions to observe its last remaining page, yet the necessary piece has remained a mystery. As I pray to Dagon for guidance and confer with his Dremora, I understand now that a sigil stone is simply not powerful enough on its own. Something stronger may be required to open the gate. But what kind of artifact would hold such power? I have dispatched the most loyal of my disciples to all corners of Tamriel to search for any artifact or source of power worthy of becoming the key to oblivion. I must remain patient and trust Dagon's will. 20th Sun's Height 4E201. I've received word from my scouts that a great welcome stone may be hidden within Riel, an ancient alien ruin. Could this be the source of power needed to open the gate? It very well may be. How delicious the irony. An object once used against Dagon becoming the very thing that unleashes his power back into the mortal realm. My scouts are working diligently to uncover any further information they can, and as I continue to pray to Dagon for guidance, his voice says to me, "Patience, all shall be revealed in time." Second Last Seed 4E201. Curse the vigil of Stendar. It blocked the pale paths through the Gerald Mountains, making access to Riel an impossibility. We cannot risk exposing our plans. We must find another way. If we cannot make our way into Cyrodiil by road, we will do so by force directly through the mountains. I've done it once to get to this sacred place, and we shall do it again. I've dispatched a team to begin excavation immediately. 14th last seed, 4E201. Fevered visions haunt my dreams once more, and as the time draws near, I now understand what must be done. Dragonborn prophecy foretells a chosen one will come forth, their blood and soul blessed by Akatosh himself, the Dovahkiin. The time wound will open, and Alduin the World Eater shall also return. But both are fragments of Akatosh's soul. These two will wage war against one another, and as children of Akatosh they will reap the vengeance of their released Dagon. But pain and suffering nor death will satisfy, only the ultimate betrayal will suffice. To open the Oblivion Gate, a ritual of the highest order must be carefully designed. An artifact of untold power must be corrupted, a great sacrifice made, and above all, Dragonborn must become the unwitting instrument of Dagon's will. I will become the sacrifice, the final step, and the Dovahkiin takes my life with blade in one hand and great blocking stone in the other. They will complete the ritual from the very key to opening the gate. This ultimate betrayal will shatter the liminal barrier, opening the Oblivion Gate and giving Dagon a foothold into the mortal realm while he rebuilds his armies. It is a divine plan beyond anything I could have comprehended. The world will be bathed in the fires of oblivion, and the blood of mortals will be on the hands of Akatosh. None can be made aware of this plan. It is too fragile, too perfect. 17th last seed, 4E201. It has begun. Alduin has returned. Scorville has been missing for several days. After witnessing his brother being sacrificed, his spirit broke, and he deserted the Order, just as I planned. He will seek out the Dragonborn for help, and once his role has been fulfilled, he will be slaughtered. The Dragonborn, in their arrogance, will continue to be the embodiment of ambition, much to Dagon's pleasure. They will no doubt seek to obtain the Great Rocking Stone. They will then return to me, and when they do, the final act of the ritual will begin. Priestess Anarchain has been taken captive by the Vigil of Stendarr, but she too serves a greater purpose. Her spirit will not break, but she will lead the Vigil where they need to be to aid the Dragonborn, where they will utterly fail. The Dovahkiin will succeed. Their success will be short-lived. The Sigil Stone has been destroyed, ensuring the gate will remain open. Moreover, two of Dagon's Remora, Valkinans, Katanas, and Mikats, are waiting in the deadlines to lead the assault. They are the heralds of the coming siege, and through their works, we will unleash a scourge of torment upon our Lord's enemies. The dawn is breaking. Well, shit, honey. That's just rude. But you're dead, though, so, things might not go as planned. I don't know how I know that. Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.